Okay, so for this question, let's first read this question a bit. So firstly, we know that originally the demand curve is D and the supply curve is S1. So the market achieved an equilibrium with a price of 250 and with a quantity of 45. But now, because there's some decrease in supply curve shift from S1 to S2. So basically, part A say that if there's no price ceiling, how will be the equilibrium price now? So the new equilibrium price is what we need to find the cross point of the supply curve and demand curve. So basically, new equilibrium price we see P star prime equals 350, and the quantity Q star prime equals 40. And because it is at equilibrium, quantity demanded equals quantity supplied. Okay. And if now there is a price ceiling, the price ceiling is set to 250, but there's no black market. So if that's the case, the new price should be, say, price star double price equals 250, because this price ceiling is lower than the equivalent price. Okay, and the quantity demanded Q star prime, let's say QD equals at 250, QD equals 45, and QS equals 30. So the amount of shortage equals 15. Okay, the difference between the quantity demanded and quantity supplied. Okay, and part B say that if the price ceiling is imposed and there's no black market, no black market means that the market price for the gas is always 250. It's set by the government. Okay, so if there's no black market, show the area representing consumer surplus, producer surplus, and deadweight loss. So basically, we know that the quantity demanded is 45, the quantity supplied is only 30. So the total quantity that is available in the market is only 30. So if we try to find the consumer surplus, it should be on this area. This large area here will be the consumer surplus. And producer surplus should be this lower triangle. Producer surplus and the deadweight loss should be this triangle here. This is deadweight loss. Okay, so this is for the case when there's no black market. This is part B. And part C say that if there is a black market, and we need to reread this question, they say that the price of the gas raised to the maximum that consumers are willing to pay for the amount supplied by producer at 250. So firstly, we need to know that at 250, what is the total amount that is willing to be supplied by the producer? At 250, the quantity supplied is 30. Okay, and say that the price of gas raised to the maximum that consumers are willing to pay. So that means at a quantity of 30, actually consumers are willing to pay 550. So the price ceiling equals 250, that is set by the government. But now, because there is black market available, so for the price of black market, it should be equal to 550, because that's the maximum price consumers is willing to pay when the total amount of good in the market is 30. Okay, so in that case, it means that although there are only 30 units in the market, some consumers can get 250 in the market, but later on they can resell the good in the black market and receive 550. So in this case, the consumer surplus should be this triangle here, because consumers who really get those 30 units of good actually pays 550 for each unit. Okay, and producer surplus now is larger, because producers what the price really gets, consumer surplus is 550. So this would be producer surplus, and the deadweight loss. the change still be this triangle here. It is deadweight loss. So this is part C. And for part D, say that our consumers made better off with price ceiling than without it. So firstly, we need to know if there is black market available, consumers are always made worse off because the consumer surplus now is this triangle. But if the market can achieve equilibrium itself, that is with a price of 350, it should be this larger triangle. So basically, if there is some black market, consumers are always made worse off. But if there's some price ceiling, we say it is 250, but with no black market, are consumer made better off or worse off? How could we compare? We know that if the consumer, what is the consumer surplus in the equivalent case? It should be this large triangle. But what if the price ceiling is 250? Then consumer surplus will be this area. So the key point for us is to compare the area of this rectangle and this triangle. That is to compare the consumer surplus before the price ceiling and after it. So based on different kind of graph, probably the area of these two parts might be different. Okay, so if there's price ceiling and there's no black market, consumers can make better off if the extra surplus they can get is higher than the amount of surplus they lost. Okay, so that's the case.